Is your funnel or lack thereof killing your business? Hello, everyone. Oh, let's see if we can get that off. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa. I'm a marketing strategist, and this is Kai All Day. We're with Move to CEO, and today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is funnels. But most importantly, we're going to give you 3 things that can make or break your cash flow that have to do with funnels. But I'll let Kai kick it off today because I know this is one of those that she just well, Kai, you tell me. I mean, how nice is it to have a lead flow that it's going 24/7 that you don't have to think about?
I mean, is that like I feel like that's a rhetorical question. Like, I think that's like the dream in every business, right? Is like, I have the straw just sticking out here, but that's the dream in every business is that you have a lead funnel that you're not having to babysit, you're not having to force people into, you're not having to be everywhere in order for you to be able to turn on the lead faucet, right? Like when I need to be able to sell, I can turn on the lead faucet, I can put out a sale and people are coming. That's what the goal should always be. Right. And so I will start this off because I think this is something that's super important. And the first thing before we dive into the 3 things that can make or break your cash flow is you really have to understand what conversions are. Because what happens is when I started my business, it was like, okay, I got to really figure out the sales script. I got to be able to do it, in this really great way. And yes, that's important. But let's say that you have people coming into your offer. You have a discovery call. Let's just say that. That's something a lot of people are familiar with, right? You have this discovery call. You have 10 people who come into the call. And out of the 10, you have 1 person who buys. Okay. So that is a conversion. You have a 10% conversion rate. Now, the reason we're explaining this to you is because what you have to understand is the better your conversion rate, obviously, the better, like the less people you have to go after, right? So if I can convert 50%, like let's say I need five people to buy every month. So if I can convert 50%, so 5 out of those 10 people close a sale with me, my conversion rate is now 50%. But here is the first thing, right? Out of the 3 things that can make or break your cash flow. Here's the first thing is that it's a sale that starts way before the sales pitch, right? So if you are spending all of your time focusing on the sales script, that's not a bad thing, but you have to understand that the sale actually started when they first met you. And your conversion rate, your close rate will be higher if you've been doing the right thing, doing your job. Sorry to say that.
It's true. And I'm just going to put up a screen. I know Kai and I were debating on if we want to show this, but I think this is super important to know about your numbers because this is the conversion rate and the average that you're going to be able to convert from social media, which is what most people think I'm posting. It's going to convert. Everything's fine. Like I have a funnel. It's a very manual funnel, but the conversion rate on average on social media is 0.5%. And even if, and these are huge numbers, you wanted $1 million, you have $1,000 product, you're going to have to sell.
No, that's 100,000.
100,000. Oh, here. Yes. Oh, 100,000. No, that's right. That's actually very reasonable. That means that you're going to have, if your conversion rate is 0.5%, you're not converting all that many. It's 20,000 leads you're going to have to get that number. And people just really haven't thought about what that looks like. So improving your conversion rate is so important. That's 500 leads as opposed to 20,000 if you're in the 20% range. So most people don't realize that their funnel, the reason why they're not selling as much and the reason why the funnel is actually hurting them so much is because they haven't really nurtured the people, right? They're not nurturing them the way that they should. And that's not resulting in enough sales, even if they have a pleasantly huge flow of leads.
And we talk about this all the time. If you've watched any of our shows, we will always tell you about the case studies, and you can see this everywhere. You can Google it yourself on the people who have these, 1 million followers and make no money. And why is that? And here it is, we're talking about the nurture. So I think automatically in my brain, nurture goes into this email sequence or texting, but actually it happens before that as well. So when you are in your Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is that you are getting in front of people, if it's on stage, if it's however that works, are you having the right conversation, right?
And putting the right content. Yes. Like, is your content speaking?
And the content creates the conversation. So is it attracting the right audience, right? Sometimes we're over here and we're talking over here when where we need to be talking is right here, right? So if this is the sale, then we should be talking about it a step ahead so that you're attracting the people who are here. And oftentimes you'll find that you're talking to people who are here and then they're not ready to buy. And that's because there's still ways for them to go in order to get to what you are selling. So just understand that what type of content are you putting out? Is it attracting the right audience? Is it starting the right conversation? And is it qualifying people?
Yeah, it's pre-qualifying people, right? That they're the right people. If we're talking to everyone right now on funnels, I mean, we're saying, is it you or is it your funnel? It implies that you have a funnel. Everyone actually has a funnel. They just don't realize it. It's a manual funnel. If you're calling people or DMing yourself, that is a funnel still. It's how you put people in. It's very manual. But, we could say that you want to make sure that your content aligns and answers questions for people along the way. So there's maybe objections that you typically have to overcome, like that's going to help your sales process in the end. So the sales starts way before the sales pitch is 100% true.
So what's
awesome. Number two is a system that works. Let me just say that I have someone who just found out that his leads from Facebook are not going into a system, his nurture system. It's algorithm from Facebook changed and automation from Zapier from Facebook over to his CRM is failing. So what I have to say is, like, a system that works, test it weekly, have someone set up that is going to test the full funnel. And you're probably going to say, Tessa, I can't test ads. I don't know how I'm going to, show this. Well, you can test ads. You're going to pay for yourself. But the most important thing is, like, you see the lead, you go into Facebook, you look at your leads, you see it going into the other system. There's ways to go in the back end and make sure your funnel works, because that is the number one reason why people lose opportunities, is because there's holes all over their funnel. Even if it's a manual process, like, you don't have time to respond to all the people, or you sent somebody something and you assume they're going to go to it. Well, they probably won't. So you're going to have to come back to it.
Can you just share a personal story about that?
Yes.
So in this group just a couple weeks ago, for those of you who are watching this from Women Helping Women, we know that this is in a few different places, but for those of you who are in that group, we had put up a post about our free business clinic. And we got everyone to do the thing, and then we sent out the email, and the emails didn't go through. So that was something that was broken. So it had to be fixed. So now here we are. And it took a long time because there's all these dates, or not dates, but updates to what's going on with laws and regulations. And so it took us all of this
texting and email
time
regulations.
To be able to send out these emails. But had we not been testing, we could just keep talking to you guys. We could, and be like, man, we're getting people to the forum, but nobody is wanting to come to the event.
We could have thought that needed to pivot. And that's what's scary, is that people think I don't have leads, or there's crickets. Well, it's not always your message wasn't resonating, or the product wasn't resonating. So think that, this
is a broken funnel.
Sometimes it's a broken funnel. So a system that works is super important. Test it weekly. And this at the end of our session today, actually, in just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about how you can fix your funnel or create a funnel that's better and more effective, because like, you're probably sitting there going, what do I do? How do I do this? So bear with us. We have one more, and that's number three is an experience that gets them hot
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
experience that gets them hot. Okay, so we talked about the message. You're starting to sell way early. You have to create, and this is, I love Kai for this. The experience that people have when they work with us is so amazing. She just cares so much about the user experience. They get welcome emails, they get onboarding, they just get excited about what they're doing because she has these awesome gifts in her love language is gifts for sure. But she has this
GIF in the comments below.
Yes, put a GIF in the comment below.
Language is gifts, because that would just make my heart happy. So
but it's such a great experience. So people are actually getting, they're being nurtured because of what content you are putting out, and it's thoughtful content. It's not, I'm going to do this cool reel, I'm going to do this over here, I'm going to sing this song. Like, honestly, you have to put into your content, in your emails, in your social media posts, in the whole experience, it should be guiding them. You're a teacher, you're teaching them what it is that you want to give them. The sale is just you sharing your knowledge, right? So make sure that you have that awesome experience. For hot leads too, you want to make sure that your system can alert you when you have someone that's hot. That's really important too. If you have the same system for everyone, some are cold, some are hot, you're not going to know when this person really needs to talk with you and get pulled out of the system. Like, I had someone tell me, like, pluck them from the crane, the toy with the crane, it's like, oh, that one's hot. Let's move that one out. That way you can actually, be there for them at the time when they're ready to buy. It's super important. So I know you have a couple more
what
things.
does that mean, guys? So, number one, a sale that starts way before the sales pitch, meaning from the content that you put out, what you're saying, all those things matter and are already priming them for what you are trying to sell. So make sure it aligns. And then number two, a system that works. Really, you have to be testing that system weekly, whether it's manual, whether it is an automated system, you should be testing it weekly. Don't make pivots on the front end if you haven't even checked the back end yet. Okay. Yeah. And then number three is an experience that gets them hot. And that is, what does that nurture sequence look like? What does it look like when you deliver the lead? Are you just a lead that ends up in their inbox and nothing happens? Are you a lead that, while you blow them away with that experience and they're like, I want more of you? The goal is to be their bucket list, whatever it is, right? So your bucket list mentor, bucket list coach, bucket list, hand cream maker, whatever it is that you do, you want to be on their bucket list. So how do you create an experience that keeps you top of mind, that when they see your email, or they're thinking, hey, I need to refill this thing, oh, let me find that person, that's who I want to go. That's the experience you're trying to create, and that is what keeps the lead hot. Okay.
Yes. So, I have to say, we have a couple of people in the audience. So, and Melanie, good to see you. I know we're back. We're back on Women Helping Women, and also on Move to CEO for sure. So good to have you. And I'm going to probably pronounce this wrong, but Maduri, I believe. I love having you here. And Maduri said, superb and true. So love it. Love it. And we are here with you live. We are trying to go every Thursday at 10 a.m. But Kai, did you want to talk about what we have coming up so that we can...
Yes, we'll talk about what's coming up. But if you all have a question, please put it in the chat. If you're wondering about funnels, leads, any of that great stuff, you can put it inside of the comments and we will get to that. But yes, we have our, it's a free event, just so y'all know, but it is the Power Funnel Lab. And, it's a 2-day virtual event to help female Christian entrepreneurs who want an audience that's ready to buy and happy to pay, so they can have consistent lead flow and income with less of the work and more of the impact, right? Without feeling burnt out again. So there's a lot of you who, if you're like me, you're making money, but the problem is every time you make money, you're hustling for it, right? So it's not that you don't have the cash. It's not that but it always feels like you're starting over again. Like, I got to find that new lead. This would be perfect for you all, because we're really going to go through your funnel and tell you like, how are we powering it up? How do you fill it? And how do we get it to flow? That is really what we're going to be diving into. So it's coming out. Stay tuned. We will have the dates for you and all that great stuff.
And just
But we
put
just wanted to
power
let you know.
funnel in the chat. It could be all
Yes.
one word or it could be with a space. Just power funnel, and we'll make sure to get you information back about that free workshop. And really, this isn't like I'm just going to tease you with information. Like, we are giving the actual things that are going to make this happen for you.
Implementation lab.
It's an implementation you're going to be doing in this session. It's not like, that's our goal. We give and give and give. We feel like we can give. There's enough in the world. Like, we can give you our best stuff. That's okay. And if you're sitting there saying, you know what, Tessa, I'm not a Christian female. We do work with other people. This program it allows us to be our unique selves in this program.
Pray together.
Pray over your business.
You're more than welcome. Hey,
right. I mean, and really, we that's all that it is. It's just a space where you can come and know that people are going to support you. So I just have to say that. Awesome. Okay. So we do have a business. We have a coaching quickie today, don't we?
Yes. What is it?
Coaching quickie. So let me just say, we also do free business clinics where we'll get information to you. If you want that, just put free business clinic as well. But that's where people are getting mastermind help, and they're asking questions. We have a question from Randy that says she needs help getting qualified clients. Sometimes it's a waste of time. Like, she feels like the clients are a waste of time, I should say. Yeah. I did clarify that from her before. So she's like, how do we get qualified clients better? Kai, what do you think?
I mean, literally, let's go back to rewind what we talked about. So
it is very appropriate.
What is the content that you're putting out? Where are you meeting people? What are you saying, right? So when we talk about content, I think people automatically think, okay, there's a post, there's a reel, content is anything, whether it's your website, whether it's your blog, whether it's a podcast, whether you do an interview, a summit, whatever it is, it's the information that goes out about you. That is content that is being put out into the world for people to find you, right? So what are you putting out into the world that is bringing in the wrong leads? And here's what we would tell you is that, 75% of the job of your messaging is to repel people. Mm-hmm. You want to repel people. So for example, if you say, hey, we work with female entrepreneurs, I am now repelling the population of men. Now, yes. I understand, and that's very hard for some of you. And Tessa, it's hard for Tessa because we do work with men. We do a lot of done for you work on that side. That's typically where the guys like to come in, to be honest.
It's true.
None of them are like, hey, let me sit in a program. Most of them are like, can I just pay you to do it? Great, we'll do it. So, but the women, they love the community. And I feel like there's not as many. I know that there are a lot, but there are not as many genuine communities where you can really just talk about it and connect with people. Yes. And so that is probably why women often go towards having that group experience versus men. They have a lot of those experiences. Those are things that kind of have been ingrained in their culture of business where it hasn't been so with women. And so, that could be why we attract a lot of the men who want the done for you and the women who want the done with you. Right. So it's two different programs. So I think remember,
you said repel some. Yeah. So be like, step into repelling. If you don't step into repelling, you're attracting people that those not qualified leads, because they really aren't your avatar. They're not your muse, as we call it, your target audience. I have to say also that you can do pre-qualification in your funnel. Like a form when they book with you on an appointment can be huge. Have them answer a couple questions, and they're going to get bucketed into maybe 3 different buckets. One is, I am not at all interested right now. I just want to chit chat. The next one is like, I'm semi-warm, have no clue what I want. This might be something I need. I don't know. That needs more nurturing, so that your form answers, put them in, tag them appropriately, and give them the sequence that matches where they're at in that process. So you don't need to waste your time with, someone who just wants to chit chat. Maybe they're going to be able to book a time, but it's like 3 months out, right? They're going to have to really want to book a time with you, whatever your flow is, in this case, she's a tax preparer. And so certain times of year, she cannot be busy with anything else but that. Right. So she has to be
the rest of the time she should be nurturing and making sure she's having the right conversations. And here's the other thing I would say to add on to that for Randy. I would say that, you know, a part of it is it's the conversation, but sometimes we don't even qualify people. And I'm not even talking about the, you know, here's the thing of like, check this box of what information you want. Like sometimes it's really as simple as like, if you are, and then what is the qualification that they need to have? And then you do the call to action, right?
So, so the top of your form or your booking would say, this call is for XYZ and we're going to do XYZ.
Same with your post. Same with your stories. Like you call it out. You're calling out the qualifiers, right? So, you know, hey, if you are ready to, like you have maybe she has like a mark, right? Of like, it has to be a business that's making this much money, whatever the qualification is. So if you are a business that's making 150K and you don't have a dedicated tax preparer yet, boom, you just qualified them. So now I know if I'm not making that much, then I probably shouldn't be going to her, or I'm not ready yet. So I can put her on my bucket list, right? But I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's the number one. The number one thing is like own who you want to be around right now. Like step into it and just own it. And you're going to find that the people that are coming into your world are a much better fit. And so I just have to say, because I know we have a couple of minutes left, Melanie said that our favorite kiddo, Bella, is switching to making jewelry. This girl, she did soap, she did chapstick. She came to our momentum parties. Like she's just an entrepreneur, such an entrepreneur. But she's going to be doing a subscription service for jewelry. I mean, like look at Kai's earrings. She might need a few of the original pieces.
And you know, Bella, if you're watching, my daughter, my oldest, is like an entrepreneur. My oldest and my middle, both of them are like little entrepreneurs. You guys should have like a little club.
Yeah,
be something for young entrepreneurs where you guys can help each other and figure this stuff out. You know, that would be so cool. Maybe there's somebody in here who already has that. Like, let us know in the comments if that's what you do.
Oh my gosh, I think that would be great. We can mentor kids that want to get their business going. That would be so fun. Well, we are so proud of Bella, and obviously Melanie, so good to see you again. And we're going to be here on Thursdays at 10 a.m. So definitely hit the bell so you get notifications. But we're at Move to CEO on every channel. So specifically though, we show up on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We'll be posting our videos over there. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. We're going to be looking at all of the posting locations. We'd love to do a coaching quickie, but we also do live coaching quickies. Last week's show was with Geeta Chopra, she is an author, and she had some amazing advice. If you're an author and you want to go watch that show, because that was amazing.
How she writes her book in 2 hours over a week, like on one day. Like you go back to that. She talked about that, and she also talked about how she got her book to be a #1 Amazon bestseller. So if that is something you're interested in, definitely check that out. But if you guys are also wanting to get coached, hey, we're just saying we're
coaching quickies. We have our free business clinic. So like just reach out to us, DM us, and we'll get you all the resources. For sure. So thank you guys. We're so excited to be here again and helping people with their business. So Kai, did you want to do a cheers so we can leave today? We haven't done a cheers in forever.
Oh, Christine, we see you. I'm looking forward to seeing you too tonight, Christine. I feel like it's been way too long. We call them our beta babes. I don't know if they're okay with that name, but that's internally what we call them. Our beta babes.
Christine is such a hard worker.
With them, and I love this group so much. They're so awesome. But yes, looking forward to seeing you tonight as well. So our cheers. You know, she always puts me on the spot, you guys. She needs to tell me these things ahead of time.
Oh, she said she loves the beta babe name. So you're a beta babe. Yes, they've tried every program, and that's a really important thing. And she's our perfect avatar. She's our muse for sure.
Yeah,
She's doing the hard work. She's in all of our mastermind meetings.
She always shows up. Here, there, those are our qualifiers that you're going to show up, do the hard work.
You do the hard work, but you have like, it's at least outlined for you. So it's clear. We hope. It's hard. You know, running a business is hard. So that's how it is. You just have help and you have support. You have cheerleaders.
Okay, guys, here's my cheers for today. Oh, you're so welcome, Christine. I don't know. Here's my cheers for today. Like, you know what? You know what it is, Tessa. Duh. Hello. I'm sorry. Duh is coming back into my vocabulary.
She has 3 kids.
So, here's my cheers for today. Make more money with less struggle. All
yes,
right?
Amen. Cheers. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Bye.